Well, plaintiffs in the Kentucky litigation that has been consolidated at the Supreme Court, along with cases from Ohio, Michigan, and Tennessee, the pair will have been together now 35 years this October. That's the month they've picked to wed at Clifton Universalist Unitarian Church in Louisville, Kentucky. We want to make sure we have a place. Love says about making reservations before the Supreme Court rules. It's a special date for us already. To which I say, hey, keep it special and to yourself, jerk. Well, still, Love and Yunza will wait until October 10th rather than jump on the bandwagon and have our anniversary the same day as everybody else does. Love says we want to be special, too. You know, really, I'm sensing a theme here. They all want to be special, too.
Yes.
Well, Nerdlinger and Doty haven't followed the legal proceedings as closely as others. They just assume the court will rule in their favor. And if not, they just may go forward with a symbolic wedding ceremony next May anyway. The Grand Rapids couple isn't involved in state's litigation. Now, before the Supreme Court, Nerdlinger and Doty are focused more on their own body clocks at 30 and 32 and want to have children soon. What part about the birds and the bees didn't they get? Okay, we're going to get married regardless, Nerdlinger says. To us, it's just going to be a bonus if it passes. Well, every night, isn't it a bonus anyway? Of course, the couple Coffey and Swafford have an advantage over the other couples. Coffey is well on the way to becoming a Unitarian Universalist minister, whatever the hell that is. And in a pinch, he can perform marriages himself, even illegal ones. Well, they're accustomed to states that don't favor gay marriage. The Knoxville couple, of course, lives in Tennessee, one of the states involved in the Supreme Court case. Their families live in Kansas and South Carolina, two states where same-sex marriage is legal only because of federal court rulings. Like I said, wait for that state vote. That's right. If the court rules their way, Coffey 26 and Swafford 25 plan a quick courthouse marriage just in case anything goes wrong. But regardless of how the justices rule, they plan to follow through with their November wedding anyway. Oh, don't they all? They're just so... they're gonna do it, man. They're gonna... Yes, we're going to go ahead and get married in November because we want to get married, Coffey says. We don't need a court to tell us we're married or not. Christ, you know, and that's true. In the lovely wives and ex-wives I've got, I'm wondering, what's all the hubbub about? What the hell do you want any of that for?
Yes.
I don't know. Well, that's one story down for all the gayness all over everywhere today. And this next one, Jenny put together just because she's a little bitch. Yeah, she's assembled a little timeline for us. Yes, it's same-sex marriage through the years.
Yes.
Well, the past of the Supreme Court has been marked by many same-sex marriage victories and a few defeats. A few? Well, follow back with me here, back through the ages, yes, to October 10th, 1972.
Yes.
The Supreme Court dismisses Barker v. Nelson in a Minnesota case filed by a gay couple seeking to marry, quote, for want of a substantial federal question. I don't even know how that makes any sense. Well, January 1st, 1973, Maryland becomes the first state to pass a statute banning same-sex marriages. Hell yeah! That's what Daddy Crash is talking about.
Yes.
Well, May 5th, 1993, the Hawaii Supreme Court rules that denying marriage to same-sex couples violates the Equal Protection Clause of the state constitution. The Equal Protection Clause.
Yes.
I think that's the one that allows them to dress up like King Kamehameha, isn't it? Well, on September 21st, 1996, of course, President Clinton signs the Defense of Marriage Act, DOMA, which would deny federal benefits to married same-sex couples. Way to go, Bill. We got to have sex the right way.
Yes.
December 3rd of 96, a judge in Hawaii upholds the right of same-sex marriages, same-sex couples, of course, to get married. November 3rd of 98, Hawaii approves a constitutional amendment. I fricked that all up. That's Hawaii voters. Yes. They approve a constitutional amendment banning same-sex marriage. See, there we go. There's a case where when you actually let the state's people decide.
Yes.
Oh, they decide right.
Yes.
Well, December 3rd of 96, a judge in Hawaii upholds the right of those same-sex marriages to couples to marry, of course. In 98, the Hawaii voters approve a constitutional amendment banning same-sex marriage. September 22nd, 1999, California... Fall off the edge of the earth now, please. Yes, California becomes the first state to pass a domestic partnership statute. But we all know they're pot-smoking idiots anyway.
Yes.
That doesn't count, and over half the voters are, well, illegal Mexicans. How about July 1st, 2000? Civil unions for same-sex couples become legal in Vermont. Civil unions. Yes, you can have your civil union. Your cake, yeah, you can have everything you want, just not marriage. Yeah. November 18th, 2003, Massachusetts Supreme Court legalizes same-sex marriage in Goodridge v. Department of Public Health. November 2nd, 2004, constitutional amendments denying same-sex marriage are passed in 11 states. Then up to September 6, 2005, California legislators again pass same-sex marriage bill, but it is vetoed by Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger. And you know, I'll tell you this, Crash.
Yes.
I'll tell you this.
Yes.
I did it again in 2007. November 7th, 2006, constitutional amendments banning gay marriage are passed in 7 more states. May 15th, 2008, the California Supreme Court strikes down a state law banning same-sex marriage, and gay couples begin marrying a month later. October 10th, 2008, the Connecticut Supreme Court legalizes same-sex marriage. November 4th, 2008, Jenny, I'm going to frickin' kill you. California voters approve Proposition 8, which bans gays and lesbians from marrying. Okay, I like that one.
Yes.
April 3rd, 2009, Iowa Supreme Court legalizes same-sex marriage. April 7th, 2009, Vermont legislature overrides Governor Jim Douglas's veto and approves same-sex marriage. Yes, let's just buck the frickin' system while we buck each other, baby. Yeah. Well, in 2009, in May, Maine Governor John Baldacci signs a law legalizing gay marriage. In June 3rd, 2009, New Hampshire Governor John Lynch signs a law legalizing gay marriage. November 3rd, 2009, wow, 2009 was a banner payoff year for gay marriage. Yeah. Maine voters overturn the state's gay marriage law at the ballot box. See, that's the thing. They keep putting it through.
Yes.
Through all their little stupid little, well, I guess they're used to it, backdoor maneuvers.
Yes.
And then every time through this entire timeline that Jenny has faithfully put together, every time it's brought to a vote by the people, How about December 18th, 2009, District of Columbia Mayor Adrian Fenty signs a law legalizing gay marriage. Can you do that as a mayor? What the hell? Oh, I'm mayor, and you can get married here in my city. Yeah. It'll be recognized nowhere but in my city, but it's the thought that counts. July 8th, 2010, U.S. District Court Judge Joseph Toro in Massachusetts becomes the first to rule that a key section of the Defense of Marriage Act is unconstitutional now. Don't you think they checked that before it was ever introduced back in 1996 by Prej Bill Clinton? Don't you? Really? Don't just make shit up now because it suits your purpose.
Yes.
On August 4th, 2010, California's Proposition 8 is declared unconstitutional in federal district court. Yes, thank you for the $2. February 23rd, 2011, the U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder says the Obama administration will no longer defend the Defense of Marriage Act. June 24th, 2011, New York Governor Mark Cuomo signs a law legalizing same-sex marriage, more than doubling the number of Americans living in gay marriage states. In February 7th of 2012, a federal appeals court upholds the ruling that declared California's Proposition 8 unconstitutional. And there's a bunch more here coming through 2012, 2013. It just goes on and frickin' on, right up to May 20th of 2014. U.S. District Judge John Jones strikes down Pennsylvania's gay marriage ban, and the state does not appeal. Well, put it to a vote, Pecker. And there's a bunch more all through 2014. Wow, a whole bunch more through 2014 and right up into 2015, with the last one being April 28th, 2015. Supreme Court hearing oral arguments in Obergefell versus Hodges, a group of 6 consolidated cases challenging the same-sex marriage bans in Ohio, Michigan, Tennessee, and Kentucky, which, of course, is the next item up for bids on the Supreme Court is right. And there it is. That's what's going on in the gay world today. You have been gaily updated. There you go. Well, and that's a wrap for us today here. HTLA Radio 1 would like to thank the one, the only Gilbert Gottfried for being here.
Thank you for listening and support the show for the love of God.
Yes. Don't be so convicted about it. Yes. Louis, always a joy. Thanks for being here today, my friend. It was great having you, of course.
I think it should be short and sweet.
Well, your part, pretty much was. Yeah. We'll see you here tomorrow, of course, unless I decide to just mute you all altogether. Yeah. And, of course, I'd like to thank Jenny McCartney in the booth, pushing the buttons today, making us all go on the big show. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. Hit me one more time.
Yes.
Yes. All right, gang. And hey, all the Spreaker.com live chat listeners, thanks. It was great having you in here today, although I paid attention to not one bloody thing anybody said. Well, no, no, that's not fair. I did actually do a couple of the Zippo lighter.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys, all the listeners on iHeart, Stitcher, Podcast Fun, all the platforms. Thanks for listening today. Thanks for bringing us with you on your drive at 5 or whatever the Christ you are driving around in. Just have yourselves a good day. We'll catch you here tomorrow for the Thursday Double coming up 3 p.m. Eastern, as always, for your coffee and cigarettes. And hey, check out that website, NewYorksBestTalk.com. It's there. I'm gone. Have a great day. Ooh, yeah. Hey, there we go. There we are. Oh, where is it here? Hang on. There we go. And, here we go. Yes, there we go. The official HTLA Coffee and Cigarettes Zippo is clicking and banging. Yes, it is. There you go. Clicking and banging at 3 p.m. Eastern in the big city in New York. Yes, HTLA Radio 1, New York's best talk, of course. And where would we be without, well, the Thursday Double-Double? That's right. That's what we got tuned to today for the 25th of June, 2015. 81 degrees Central Park right now. Sunny and cloudy and sunny and cloudy and sunny and cloudy again. You just can't win. I don't know where our summer is, but we just ain't getting none. Yeah, it's the official word, of course. Yes, and already, it hasn't even really started yet. Well, I guess it did with the official clicking of the Zippo, but we got a show going on today, and we've, of course, got the HTLA Radio Girls in the Spreaker.com, a live chat room, of course, today, as per their instructions. Yes, they are here. Of course, unfortunately, I think we've got one who might be suffering a case of the mites. I don't know. Come and help the HTLA girls get rid of their mites. There you go. So lots on the show today. Lots coming up for sure, you bet. We've got the big report, of course. New York Governor Chris Christie is set to jump into that presidential race next Tuesday, and that's going to leave a dent. Yes. And, of course, our exclusive coverage of how the turtle got its shell. Yes, news stories that you want to hear. That's what we've got for you today. Also, we got the story of a 100-year-old pianist, yes, who is so good he apparently makes people cry. I'll see what the big deal is. I went and took piano. I made people cry all the time with my music. And, of course, the Bible study resumes at the site of the Charleston killings, and the first funerals held today as well. Yes, for those 9 black victims of that white racial hate. I'm sorry, that's just funny. All kinds of funny. Confederate flag stuff, election 2016 stuff. I got it all today. Don't be going nowhere. It's coming up for you right on, right here, right now. So come on in. Grab a cup, have a seat, light it up, gang. It's the coffee time. Yes, the big theme music we all know and love, the coffee and cigarettes theme. It's funny, I was earlier today. We're doing some stuff where we're going to be streaming apparently in the next week or two, and it's going through some of the old shows, and damned if I didn't come across the very first coffee and cigarettes we ever did. So we've come so far from those days. Yes, those days when I really didn't have a clue what was going on. The music sucked. Louis was, well, not drunk. And it was even pre-Gilbert. Yes, back to the prehistoric times of the show, yes. But that's not the way it is anymore, of course. No, we're polished, we're professional, we're together, we're hip, we're jive, and we're still free. So, hey, there you go. So welcome to Devlon Crawford, the first lady of HTLA there, Sharon Chesley, Aaron, the intern, Bjorn Erickson, Greg Howe, all the greats. There they are, and there it is. And I guess before we get rolling here, I do have to say it. Today's show is
powered by Procast.
Mm-hmm. Apparently it is powered by Procast. We don't pay an electric bill here. Moving on today, of course, we've got to introduce the first, the guest/co-host on the show, but they're not quite as important as our sponsors, so screw them for a minute. Going to get right now down to, of course, PreSonus.com. Yes, make sure you check out PreSonus.com for all your professional analog and digital audio needs, they're the one-stop shop. That's what it is. Also, this episode, of course, is brought to you by the fine folks Tim Hortons New York City, now with 8 fine locations in that city to serve your coffee and baked goods needs, and more locations opening up every day all throughout the Northeast here. And soon, the world. That's right. They will take you over because they, unlike some other unmentionables, are always fresh. Yes, none of that 7-hour-old drive-through crap you get with some who shall not be named. Mm-hmm. Actually, I've named them before on the show, so that's what you get. So if you're a listener, you know who I'm talking about. But if you're not, well, you can guess because there's really only 1 or 2 different, different. Yeah, never mind. I'll shut the hell up now and move the hell on. Well, first coming to us, of course, live from the Mill Bay Film Studios in Mill Bay, British Columbia, Canada, is the one and the only many times Academy Award nominated, none times won, Director Louis Lawless. Are you there, sir?
We're 5 steps away from winning the Academy Award, and we didn't.
Right. And number of years went by. You did more stuff that was nominated, never won, and, then you finally retired, had something else in 2009 nominated, still didn't win, and now you're just up there, I guess, making films about trees and things.
That was a mistake on my part.
Yeah, you're turning into a, what do they call it? Werner Herzog. Yes.
It's about fucking time. Move on.
You don't like the Werner Herzog thing?
Oh, can we cuss? Can I cuss as I always do on the show?
You can, absolutely. I told you. I tell you every day. 20-second delay. You just swear like a rapper, and it'll all be beeped out. No worries.
It's just life, and I love doing it. I love doing these kind of stories anyway.
Well, that's good, and that's why you're here, and we're glad you're here, and I hope today you can at least put in something that has something to do with the stories and the music and the things we talk about. Now, also joining us from his lovely apartment, just about 8 blocks away from Studio 2 here in downtown Manhattan, is, of course, the one, the only. Well, I'm not even going to do the intro. I'm going to let him do the intro today because he has assured me, absolutely assured me 100%, he will not screw this up. Absolutely not. He's got it together. Here he is, the one, the only. Go for it, sir.
And this is, I that up.
All right. He screwed it up.
Yes.
Well, okay. In case you didn't know, it's the one, the only Gilbert Godfrey.
Yes.
I don't know how you manage this.
I'm the most talented guy in this room.
Yes, and again, a reminder, he is in his apartment alone. So there you go. Welcome to the show, Gilbert, today. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to have you here as always, and it's also good not to have that George Japanese gay guy here. It's been a while. He's been out for a couple of weeks now.
Yes.
Due to a groin injury from Brad.
Which woman are you married to or living with now?
I'm homosexual. I had to take the roll up from George, who's not here anymore. No, it's a true story, actually, because...
Yes.
The higher-ups at HTLA, that they like to, keep the tabs on the pulse of the show.
Yes.
And apparently the majority of the listeners to this show were really from the LGBTQ movement. And, of course, LGBTQ, well, the L is lesbian, and
yes.
the G is gay.
Yes.
The B is bi?
Yes.
And the T, of course, is Caitlyn Jenner. and the Q, of course.
Yes.
This is probably the most important letter in the whole acronym.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't know what it stands for. Well, I mean, originally I thought it was queer.
Yes.
But it's not queer because we already covered gay. So, I don't know. Maybe it covers quantum sexuals. I don't know. If anybody does know, if the fine babes of HTLA,
Yes.
and if they know in the chat room, go ahead and put that up there, and I'll probably be sure to miss it and not even touch on it again. But if by chance I do see it, hell, it would be good to know what the hell the Q is for.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, well, moving on today, now that we've got both you idiots here, I think we're fairly safe in moving on with the stories, and, well, it's not bad. I think it was record time today. It's only 3:11 p.m. Yes, 3:11. I swear that's a new record. We've actually got 9 minutes for the first segment of the show.
Yes.
So good. Now, Gilbert, shut the hell up so I can get to it now. All right, well, coming up on the first story, yes, of course, the top story today, the one that matters most to everybody on the planet because he's big, fat, and can kill tens of thousands with a single roll. Yes, of course, I'm talking about New York Governor Chris Christie. Yes, he has announced today that he is set to jump in the presidential race Tuesday, and hey, that is going to leave a mark.
Yes.
Yes, not New York governor, New Jersey. Well, he's still an asshole and always in my face. New York, New Jersey, it's the same thing. The people live in the one and work in the other. So, yes, okay. So, New Jersey governor, yes, I stand erected.
Yeah.
Yes. Chris Christie, of course, is planning to join the crowded GOP presidential race and will make the announcement officially next Tuesday, according to multiple reports, including our good, fine folks at the WNYC. Yeah. You know, it's funny. You know what Kate said to me the other day?
Yes.
She said, WNYC has got Alec Baldwin doing his little talk show. You know, we should have Alec Baldwin on. I said, when did I marry a retard? When was that? Who are you and what have you done with my beautiful shaved butt and other things wife? You know, what do you mean have Alec Baldwin on the show? That's like doing a John Travolta movie. You don't... you don't do that shit. Well, anyway... Yes. Christie could become the 14th Republican to officially join the presidential race. Yes, citing sources familiar with his plans, WNYC says Christie will announce his plans at New Jersey's Livingston High School, where he was once class president. And you know, I don't know, it's 50-50 whether he gets more than the 5 coffee-goers Hillary got. Well, Christie was once thought to be a leading contender for the 2016 nom and was encouraged to jump in the 2012 race, which he ultimately opted against. However, polls show him trailing a number of GOP contenders. Well, yeah, I don't even think he's going to be above Lindsey Graham, and she's like 12th.
Yes.
And they only care about the top 10.
Yeah.
And yes, Donald Trump is in the top 10. Well, the polls show him trailing a number of those contenders. Yes, almost all of them. He'll face definitely an uphill climb to break into the party's top tier of candidates. A poll this week showed his approval rating in New Jersey alone only at 30%.
Yeah.
Yes, Christie, first elected in 2009, will likely pin his hopes on a strong finish in the New Hampshire, of course, where he's made frequent appearances at donut shops this year. Of course, we wish him all the absolute freaking best.
Yes.
Because there's no way in hell that's going to happen. There's not. So, And it was neck and neck today for our top story, of course, the Chris Christie thing.
Yes.
And the next story, of course, which is the how the turtle got its shell. Oh, and this just in from HTLA's intern.
Yes.
Yes, the Q actually stands for queer. Oh, no, what? No, no, because we already got gay. That's the same thing as queer.
They get f***ing crazy because all of a sudden nobody loves them.
Yeah, see, I think we should change the Q to the N. Yes, for nobody loves them. Yes. It's the official LGBTN group.
Yes.
Yes. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Oh, and Sharon Chesley is sticking her finger in my ass. Well, the intern also would like to point out that it is queer or questioning.
Yes.
Yes. So that is, I guess, for the folks who are questioning. Now, I don't know. That seems like somebody who comes home from work and is looking through the cupboards and going, penis or vagina? Questioning. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I would have to say, intern, it's probably definitely questioning and not queer because, of course, that's covered with gay. Ew. Ew, you've got it all covering my gay. As the next Reese's Peanut Butter Cups commercial. Oh, you've got your queer on my gay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think officially HTLA is going to go with questioning for the win.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and sorry, what the hell am I doing? I'm getting behind time here. We got to go for a commercial in 3 minutes, and I still have to tell you how the turtle got its shell. Don't laugh, you little pecker. This is important biology stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, for at least a century now, scientists have puzzled over the turtle. Idiots. Well, thanks to a gap in the fossil record between, believe it or not, 260 million years ago and 220 million years ago, a span of, I don't know, for 40 million years. Yes, and thanks to that span of unclear information, it's unclear how the turtle got its shell and to whom it's mostly closely related to. Well, now a fossil from 240 million years ago, found at a quarry in Germany, fills in some of those missing links, including that turtles appear more closely related to snakes and lizards than crocodiles and birds, as previously thought. Researchers report in the Journal of Nature they dubbed the grandfather turtle, the remains of Papakilius rosinae, reveal, Papakilius rosinae, Gilbert, try saying it. The Papakilius rosinae reveal a shell-less 8-inch reptile whose tail accounted for half of its total length. The P. rosinae did have the makings of a shell with a T-shaped set of ribs and hard webbing along its belly. Full shells didn't appear until they estimate around 214 million years ago, reports Discovery. Perhaps when the turtle's ancestors were water-dwelling and needed to protect their major organs as well as control buoyancy, something that Governor Chris Christie also needs help with. Well, the grandfather turtle's skull also resembles snake and lizard skulls more than archosaurs, a group that includes crocodiles and birds, but the mystery persists. In spite of the latest anatomical evidence, one researcher admits that, quote, molecular data places turtles closer to crocodilians and birds. Well, as you can imagine, the scientific war rages on. And now we are going to go for that first commercial break on time. Holy Christ, it's a miracle.
Yes.
But have no fear. When we come back, man, we got a story for you. A guy with a 100-year-old penis. No. Oh, so sorry. Misread that again. A 100-year-old pianist.
Yes.
well, he's apparently so good, he makes people cry. You know, and this is the thing. My grandparents actually sent me to the Conservatory of Music when I was a kid.
Yes.
Made me take 4 years of piano and music theory.
Yes.
And, you know, I remember the first time I ever sat down to a piano, I made people cry.
Yeah.
And I remember, the last time I sat down at a piano about 3 years ago, I made people cry again. So, you know, I don't think this is such a big story, but I guess we'll see. We'll be back in 2.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
What if there was a coffee that was sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions? Abundant with rich, fertile soil. What if this coffee was picked at the perfect moment, then packed meticulously and shipped carefully to be roasted under the watchful eye of coffee masters? What if it was expertly blended, ground, and sealed, ensuring maximum flavor and freshness, then brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it? Now, what if this coffee just happened to be the coffee you already know and love? Tim Hortons. Always fresh, always great tasting coffee.
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Old Spice Body Spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power!
I stood outside assessing the situation. I knew it could be rough in there, but how rough, there was no way to know for sure.
Hey, guys.
Daddy, it's pink!
But hey, a new house, it's a blank canvas, and we got a great one, thanks to a really low mortgage rate from Navy Federal Credit Union.
Pink?
So she's a princess. You got a problem with that?
Hoorah! Hoorah!
4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I've been so inspired by being in New York because everything from what people are wearing on the street to the way they're interacting with each other to drive through the West Village, at night and you see a couple kissing on the street, or you see someone fighting outside their apartment, or you see so much humanity on a daily basis that even if you're not inspired by your own life that day, you can be inspired by someone else's life.
You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl face and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out of style. We never go out of style. Take me out. There's only one place to get more Taylor. You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
Yeah, shut up. Damn chick, Jesus.
Hi, I'm Melvin Leroy with the camera and the thing.
Right.
The person with the
Yeah.
And Melvin Leroy. You want to stand in front of the, and I'll go action.
Oh, man, really? Right, and you've got the balls to come out and say that you are the most talented man in that room.
Yes.
Now, I don't.
I love to dance the tango.
Guy. Okay, wow. Can we get some semblance of normalcy from you, Louis?
That was a mistake on my part.
Oh, okay. But no, can we?
I nearly got kicked out of a theater. I can't remember what I saw about 2 weeks ago because I was booing and screaming.
Oh, good. Yeah, right. That's a lot more. Yes, not insane. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Thank you very much for that. Well, hey, if you'll just ignore the slightly mildly retarded children I have for co-hosts. Yes, we'll get back to the show. The show, of course, being your HTLA Radio 1, New York's best talks coffee and cigarettes. This is your Thursday double. That's right. Still 81 degrees in that Central Park, and sunny and cloudy and sunny and cloudy and sunny and cloudy and sunny and cloudy, and it's yeah.
It's not awful, but just not good.
No. It's not. And, I tried to actually plan a Frisbee tag game with some of the HTLA staff and some of the folks from downstairs.
Yes.
And, it's not coming together. It's supposed to be this Saturday, and I guarantee you we're going to be the only ones there,
Everything that could go wrong goes wrong.
Yeah. Well, but it's just goddamn Frisbee tag. It's not a big deal, I just...
No, I would say... Oh, go ahead.
What I was saying... I don't know what the hell I was saying.
Yeah.
The...
Oh, I'm sorry. What is my name?
You don't know? While you struggle with your name...
Yeah.
I'll finish my story. Yeah, we're supposed to do this Frisbee tag thing with some people from an unnamed company downstairs because we can't name them for fear of repercussions from their competition.
Yes.
Or black people. We can't do that because, of course, then there's, we'll have race riots and stuff when we're trying to play Frisbee golf. And, I'll just digress now. It's the best thing to do.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Sure, that's the best thing to do. Well, we do have more news, of course, in the stories today for you.
Yes.
And, we've got to get to them because, man, some of these are pretty good.
It's just life, and I love doing it. I love doing these kind of stories anyway.
Oh, you know the next one coming up, do you? You clairvoyant freak. You know what's coming up, do you? Louis. I don't know what he's...
How many different families do you have?
Oh, God. Dude, go to, what is it, genealogy.com? Go there. I think I'm on one of their 10 most tracked list.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, moving on today, of course, in the stories, we do have a story to bring you about a 100-year-old pianist who's apparently so good he makes people cry. And, well, we were going to actually play a clip of his beautiful, wonderful, sensational pianist stuff. But, of course, we realized that, this is supposed to be a funny show, and if we made everybody cry, it would be too much like usual, and, we'd have that problem. But
the music is fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to hear it.
Yeah, did it make you cry, Louis? Yeah? Did you were you crying?
I think it should be short and sweet.
The crying or the music? I don't know. Well, what the hell am I doing? Shut the hell up. I got a story. Jesus Christ. Well, in Seattle, it's the kind of high-caliber performance you might actually see at the Seattle Symphony or even a bigger stage. Certainly nothing in New York here, but... Well, apparently the show put on Wednesday night took place inside a retirement home. Randall Hokanson is a world-renowned pianist, apparently. He also happens to be a resident at a retirement community in Seattle. Quote, he's very gifted. He studied with many famous people, especially in the 1930s, says Dwayne Funderburk, who studied under Hokanson himself.
Yeah.
Yes, Hokanson. It shouldn't be that goddamn hard to say. I'm just used to an Al Adabi in front of it. Oh, yes, so under Hokanson himself, I keep studying with him as much as I can. Well, isn't that kind of misuse of senior labor? Well, I'm just saying, if he used to teach him piano when he was younger,
yes,
and he's one of the world's most renowned piano greats,
yes,
isn't a retirement home where you're supposed to go and rest and relax, not have to teach these little shits piano? Really?
Bullshitters, never keep your mouth shut, always hustling, always looking for something to do and putting things together. That's American. Look how they took the country away from England.
Yeah, but none of that has anything to do with pianos, old people, or young jerks. But thank you all the same, Louis. That was incredible coverage there.
Yes.
Very, very happy you did that. Well, Funderburk was just one of many people who packed into a concert hall on Wednesday afternoon to hear Hokanson perform. Yes, there was a full house. It was amazing, said Hokanson. I didn't know I had that many friends. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Yes, with each stroke of the keys, Hokanson has the unique ability to make his friends, fellow residents, feel young again. Many in the crowd tapped their feet and bobbed their heads to music they haven't heard in 80 years. Yes, apparently it's sensational, says Stuart Baker. It makes me cry. It just makes the tears flow. Well, Mr. Baker, that's because you're 96 and going to die soon. I'm pretty sure the tapioca pudding in the cafeteria makes you cry. Well, no tears from Hokanson, though, who says he's thrilled to still be playing the piano after making a big milestone Monday. He says, I did a deal with the devil and sold my soul, so all this is, really nothing to me, he says. I can't wait to play for Satan. No. Oh, okay, I misquoted that. What he actually said was...
Yes.
Yep, I was 100 on Monday, he said. Oh, yeah, just ignore that little Satan thing. I don't know where that came from.
Yes.
I don't know. Well, after 100 years spent making music and living life, we had to ask Hokanson about his secret to longevity. He said Satan granted him the ability to... No, see, where is that Satan thing coming from?
Yes.
He says the piano definitely has something to do with it.
Yeah.
Yes. So you just keep doing what you do, he says. That's all. It's very simple, he said. Anybody who has a great passion and can't live without it, I think that helps you live, he says. I think it keeps you well and happy and busy. It certainly keeps me busy, he says. Well, shit, I guess I can look forward to doing like the 175,000th coffee and cigarettes when I'm 100. Swell. Well, in addition to his career as a pianist, Hokanson also spent 35 years teaching music at the University of Washington. In more recent years, he divides his time between playing music and composing music that he says he doesn't plan to stop anytime soon. Well, sir, biology has different news for you. Yes, it's really an inspiration to all of us who know him, says Funderbunk. Wow, when asked where he got the name Funderbunk. So there you go. There's the 100-year-old satanic pianist.
Yes.
Still recruiting victims 100 years. Yes. And of course, because I was so excited to get into the 100-year pianist.
Yes.
Or pianist. I've the NAACP's on the phone with Jenny right now.
Yeah.
So, we got to go to our goddamn traffic copter, and fine, I'll put him through it again. I don't care.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to go to HTLA's Traffic 1 traffic report for your coffee and cigarettes this hour with, yes, the NAACP's black man, Brock Favors. Brock, take it away.
Hello, everybody out there. This is Brock Favors with Traffic on the Ones. Chad Armstrong is out sick today, so I am filling in for my usual land reports, and I'm up here in the chopper, but I got to tell you guys, I am loving the view. Oh, my God! Oh, no, stop! Oh! All right. Well, we are over the 10. It is massively clogged down there like a pint of maple syrup on a cool November morning. And we do. Oh, goddamn, we're gonna die in this mother. Oh my God! Woo! Okay. Okay, I am very sorry, folks. It's a little bit of a bumpy ride up here. We are now approaching the 405, where the left lane is blocked by a mattress. So somebody is going to be doing a little return to IKEA later today. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, please! Oh, goddamn! Oh, get me out this motherfucking death machine right now! Oh, no, black people ain't meant to be in the sky! We ain't meant to be in the sky, man! Oh, mama, help me, mama! Oh, mama! Well, the 405 is up right now. Ain't nobody going down this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, folks. I'm very sorry, but I'm losing my up here.
Actually, you have every right to. We're about to crash.
Oh, get out of me!
Oh. There we go. And once again, we'd like to extend our condolences to the Brock Favors family.
Yes.
So now we've killed off one more. I guess we'll move along.
That was a mistake on my part.
Oh, were you driving the chopper today?
Yeah.
I wouldn't at all be surprised.
Yes.
Now, yes. Now let's see. Let's do a recap here. We've covered the pianist, of course.
Yes.
Yes. We've covered the Turtles.
Yes.
Chris Christie in the election.
Yes.
What the hell is next here? Well, I guess pretty much status quo. I guess we'll just go to Bible study now. That's right. Yes, Bible study resumes at the site of the Charleston killings. Also, the first funerals for the 9 dead black people. Some of them did go on today. In Charleston, the first funeral services for those victims of the Charleston church shootings were held. as parishioners began the painful process of healing by holding their normal Bible study in the same blood-soaked, spattered basement of the Emmanuel AME Church, where of course, Dumb and Dumber gunman killed 9 people 1 week ago today.
Yes.
Well, services were held for Ethel Lance in Charleston at mid-morning. Services were also planned for Reverend Sharonda Coleman Singleton. The victims included Pastor Clementa Pinckey, who was leading the group, when a young gunman who had been sitting with the group for almost an hour pulled out a .45 caliber handgun last Wednesday. Pinckey's funeral will be held Friday at the College of Charleston, with President Obama offering a eulogy and First Lady Michelle Obama and Vice President Joe Biden in attendance. I wonder if they're going to play that clip of Joe Biden using nigger. Yes, of course, that's all the rave on your trusted news source, Twitter, today.
Yes.
Yes, on Wednesday, thousands turned out in Columbia to view Pinky's body, which lay in the State House Rotunda. Hours later in Charleston, some 200 people walked down the stairs to the basement of the Emmanuel AME Church and filled every seat for the weekly Bible study. Not wanting any heinous crime that interrupted that same room to stop this weekly evening of solstice and reflection, every single one of them was armed to the tits. Well, the Reverend Norville Goff, the church's interim not interim protester.
Yeah.
That would be Randy Johnson.
Yes.
No, the church's interim pastor opened the lesson about the power of love with a little laughter and song. You know, I'm surprised more white supremacists didn't turn out for this, for a little laughter and song. It seems, you know, why don't they all just get together and sing Kumbaya?
Yes.
Right? Well, if you live right, heaven belongs to you. If you pray right, heaven belongs to you. Wow, it sounds like Allah and the Muslims. Yes, it goes on. If you love right, heaven belongs to you. Oh, heaven belongs to you. Now,
yes.
I think I don't have the actual music sheet in front of me,
yes.
So I don't know what the tune is. If you want, Gilbert, we could just kind of make a melody up and sing it. You want to? No? Okay, well.
The music is fantastic.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, you got to hear it.
Okay, well, pipe it through to me, and we'll maybe go off your melody. He doesn't even know where we are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't worry about him. Well, Goff then placed the aisle with his... the aisle with his Bible in one hand and a gun in the other. Delivering the weekly scripture.
Yes.
Yes. What kind of love is that God has for us? He called out. To which everyone in the room, of course, replied, "Unconditional, brother." Well, he also called on the parishioners to ban hate from their hearts. Not because we are weak, but because we are strong. He closed, according to the newspaper, with the 1 Peter 4, verse 8, "Above all, keep loving one another earnestly, since love covers a multitude of sin." And then he put a disclaimer that says, "This does not include white people." Yes, many of our hearts are broken, but only God can fix a broken heart, Goff said. That's my testimony. Really? Because mine would be that big-titted blonde over there. She could definitely fix my broken heart.
Yes.
Well, the churchgoers held their heads high while walking into the historic church. Their only hope seemed to be to find peace in this tragedy, or at least a couple of pieces of... Yes, I was a little apprehensive at first, but I have to show that whatever happened is not going to stop us and that we are a family. and we trust in God, says Terry Weston, member of Emmanuel AME WLTX reports. We're going to go with that, and we can't let fear hinder us from serving the Lord. If the Lord wants us to go out and kill white men, we will. Well, Maurice Drayton is a member of a different AME church, but decided to visit Mother Emmanuel. Quote, I thought it would be important to be here just to continue to show the world that we keep lifting the name of Jesus and keep moving forward, says Drayton. Well, Drayton, thousands and thousands of little sand spiders die every day. And, the rest of them Muslims, they keep moving forward, too.
Yes.
Right into our neighborhoods and towns. Well, last week, they were living at coming to this church, taking care of God's business, says Reverend B. Nelson Rivers III. I wonder where 1 and 2 are. Anyway, Reverend Rivers of Charity Missionary Baptist Church says, none of us had any idea we'd be here today. But thanks to the press and the internet, we know where we're supposed to be. Well, apparently pastors from around Charleston also gathered to say that this time it is time to mourn and remember those 9 lives that were lost inside of these doors. Rivers says the political movement to take down the Confederate flag from the steakhouse, or no, not the steakhouse. Yes, of course, that would be the State House. Yes. Well, apparently that will help the state and its citizens to move forward. But it can't bring back the ones who lost their lives. All this moving forward, where the Christ is everybody going? No, we would gladly trade yesterday's action for the life of Clementa and for these other 8 in a minute. But we can't go back. We can only go forward, says Rivers. See, that forward again. Yeah. And what is he talking about yesterday's action? This was last week. So my question is, what the hell happened yesterday? What?
Yes.
Did I miss something or something? Well, Dylan Roof, yes, 21 years old, the Dumb and Dumber guy. Yes, he was charged with 9 counts of murder in connection with that massacre, allegedly complained, quote, blacks are taking over the world. Too much moving forward. And he went on to further say that something needed to be done about it for the white race, according to a friend who alerted the FBI. All too late. Well, Roof apparently posted online pictures of himself holding the Confederate flag, and that's what's got all the black people up in arms. Yeah. The South Carolina House of Representatives agreed this week to debate whether to remove the Confederate battle flag from the grounds of the Capitol. Controversy over flying the flag in Columbia goes back decades. It was first raised in the chambers of the South Carolina House back in 1938 and later raised atop the State House dome in 1962 during the centennial observances of the Civil War. The state continues to fly the flag throughout the civil rights movement in what many saw as an act of defiance in a compromise in 2000 after years of pressure from activists and some in the business community. Lawmakers voted to, remove the flag from the dome and we'll just place it at a less prominent site. Everybody approved that, and of course they moved it about 25 feet forward on the building on the grass. Well, Governor Nikki Haley, who is a Republican, and several other top Republicans in the state have backed the effort to remove the symbol of the Confederacy. You freaking sheep. So there, it's kind of bonus. We got sheep news today.
Yes.
along with our turtles. Hell, we should just start a zoo show. Well, we're going to go for another commercial break, but don't you worry. When we come back, we've got all sorts of, everybody's all focused on the Confederate flag. Nobody seemed to notice that the House, overwhelmingly approved that trade bill. Yes, look over here, Confederate flag. Sell out the country, sell out the country. Yes, well, that's what your fine government did to you while you were screwing around with the flag.
Yes.
Well, we'll tell you about that when we come back, of course. We'll also tell you about the Obama health care law and his vow now that it's here to stay, like it or not.
Yes.
And we've got some news about the endangered species list. Yeah, see, I think we're going to go for like an animal show here. Yeah. Jenny, what's the deal? We've got stories on, the sheep,
yes,
of course, but then we've got the stories on the turtles.
Yes.
We got the stories, now we've got the stories of the eastern cougar.
Yes.
I feel like I got to change my accent and talk a little more like Steve. Right, gang. Got to be very quiet. We're going to go for a commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to tell you about that eastern cougar. Oh, God. Well, it's all coming up here back into...
You've got it locked to HTLA Radio 1, New York.
Good morning. Welcome to Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where fresh always tastes better. What can I make you this morning?
How about our new flatbread breakfast paninis? Made fresh, just for you, with your favorite breakfast ingredients on maple or multigrain flatbread, then grilled to hot, melted perfection. Just $2.99. Who couldn't warm up to that?
Tim Hortons Cafe and Bake Shop, where quality really does meet value.
I've been so inspired by being in New York because everything from what people are wearing on the street to the way they're interacting with each other, to drive through the West Village at night and you see a couple kissing on the street, or you see someone fighting outside their apartment, or you see so much humanity on a daily basis that even if you're not inspired by your own life that day, you can be inspired by someone else's life.
You got that long hair, slicked back, white t-shirt, and I got that good girl face and a tight little skirt. And when we go crashing down, we come back every time, 'cause we never go out, we never style, we never go out of style. Take me out.
There's only one place to get more Taylor.
Hi, I'm Mike, founder of DollarShaveClub.com. What is DollarShaveClub.com? Well, for $1 a month, we send high-quality razors right to your door. Yeah, $1. Are the blades any good? No. Our blades are f***ing great. Each razor has stainless steel blades, an aloe vera lubricating strip, and a pivot head. It's so gentle a toddler could use it. And do you like spending $20 a month on brand name razors? 19 go to Roger Federer. I'm good at tennis. And do you think your razor needs a vibrating handle, a flashlight, a back scratcher, and 10 blades? Your handsome-ass grandfather had 1 blade and polio. Looking good, pop-up! Stop paying for shave tech you don't need. And stop forgetting to buy your blades every month. Alejandro and I are going to ship them right to you. We're not just selling razors, we're also making new jobs. Alejandro, what were you doing last month?
Not working.
What are you doing now?
Working.
I'm no Vanderbilt, but this train makes hay. So stop forgetting to buy your blades every month and start deciding where you're going to stack all those dollar bills I'm saving you. We are DollarShaveClub.com, and the party is on.
I stood outside assessing the situation. I knew it could be rough in there, but how rough, there was no way to know for sure.
Hey, guys.
Daddy, it's pink!
But hey, a new house, it's a blank canvas, and we got a great one, thanks to a really low mortgage rate from Navy Federal Credit Union.
Pink?
So she's a princess. You got a problem with that?
Hoorah! Hoorah!
4 million members, 4 million stories. Navy Federal Credit Union.
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce dryer bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.
Now, I remember sitting next to you on a plane.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and I was flying out to L.A. to audition for some movie that I didn't get.
Yeah.
Which was fine. Because I remember I was reading the script, and you said to me, "Oh, what are you reading?"
Right.
And I said, "Oh, it's some John Travolta comedy." Called The Expert.
Right, yeah.
And it's about two young hip Americans who get kidnapped by Russian spies to teach them how to act like young hip Americans.
Right.
And you, being a fortune teller, said, "Oh, that sounds like a piece of shit."
Well, anytime you mention, Travolta and script, it's, yeah.
Same thing.
It is. It's shit, yeah. And to be honest, I don't know how. I really don't know how. Some of the doofy freaking roles this man got when he started, I don't know how the hell he ever got to be the thing he is today. I don't know how he did that. But hey, welcome back to the show. Your coffee and cigarettes, a Thursday double-double. That's right. 2 cream, 2 sugar. That's right. And it's here in a cup. Come and suck on it. Yeah. Yes. 81 degrees still in Central Park. Sunny, cloudy, sunny, cloudy, sunny, cloudy, sunny, cloudy, sunny, cloudy. Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to suck for Saturday, I think. Whatever. If it does...
yes.
I think what we'll do is we'll just bring Gilbert for some midget tossing. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to the show, of course. And if you haven't had a chance to visit it yet, get on over to New York's Best Talk. Yes, all one word, no special spelling, no freaking numbers, no freaking... Get on over to NewYork'sBestTalk.com. We don't have our feeds up there yet. They're doing something with streaming. I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they're doing something with streaming. Apparently, we're going to be now 24/7 in your face. Yes, and I asked the question.
Yes.
I said to them, well, how do we do that? We've got Straight Talk Monday nights.
Yes.
We got the Crash Talk Tuesdays.
Yes.
We've got, of course, coffee and cigarettes every day for like an hour and a half or sometimes 2 hours.
Yes.
But, we discontinued Real Talk.
Yes.
Because Kate just had too much other stuff to do. She's got this a new show coming out for Fridays, Home Talk.
Yes.
It's all your DIY stuff. It's all your home crafts and stuff. All the old gals that listen to me, they're going to love it. We got that going on.
Yes.
Apparently, we're getting into some sort of mystical stuff now with some astrology show or something. Yeah, you know more about that than I do, Gilbert, because, of course, she talks to you. But we won't go there. Yes, no.
Which woman are you married to or living with now?
I just said we won't go there. All right, so just shut your old face. Not going there, but yes, we got great stuff, absolutely.
Yes.
But 24/7? No, we don't have 50 shows a day with 700 different hosts, and I'm certainly not doing this 18 hours a day. No, I'm just... But what the hell do I know? They're the freaking taskmasters up there in the CEO office,
yes.
Or whatever. I just prefer to hang out with topless Jenny and the dog. Yeah, so I don't know. So they're doing that. So look for that soon somewhere on that show page. That's now just a picture of 42nd Street, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the shows are going there. So however they're going to do that,
yes.
Whatever that's going to look like,
yes.
Certainly whatever the hell that's going to sound like, that's what it's going to be. So yes, NewYorksBestTalk.com.
Yes.
Did you write it down?
Yes.
He's not going to go. He's not. Oh, well, anyway, I guess it is time to move on with the show. But yeah, that's the new website. There, I've told you about it. Fulfilled my obligation. Shut the hell up. And hey, if you're not in there yet, head on over to that Spreaker.com chat room there. That's coming up there. The Coffee and Cigarettes official Spreaker.com live chat room official thing. I guess is that. But, oh, yes, Devlon Crawford there. She's saying that the new... Starstruck, she's saying, is the name of the astrology show.
Yes.
Isn't it great that I actually get news about what's going on at HTLA from listeners? Isn't that? Yeah, that's good. Oh, of course, I guess it would help if I read the freaking memos in my email.
Yes.
Maybe. I don't freaking care. Whatever. I'm awesome. Everybody listens to me. You know? Yes. Well, moving on today, of course, we do have to get into some of those stories. And how about this next one, of course? Yes, while you idiots were all worried about the Confederate flag. Yes, of course, the U.S. government, yes, the U.S. House in specific, overwhelmingly approved at a vote of 286, only to 138 opposed, that trade adjustment assistance bill, sending to President Obama's desk legislation to assist displaced American workers. Its passage, of course, which was not at all any kind of acceptance in the House publicly 2 weeks ago before the boom, 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 dead black people. Yes, that opposition magically disappeared with the Confederate flag.
Yes.
That's right. The passage puts a temporary reprieve on the divisive trade debate in Congress that will begin later this year if the president, as planned, submits that Trans-Pacific Partnership Bill to Congress for passage. The TPP is a long-stalled 12-nation trade pact with Asia-Pacific nations that Obama wants to finalize before he leaves office. And as I've said before, good luck with that. But now that I think about it, all they need is to kill a few more black people, and that's all they need. And maybe, I don't know, let's have a riot in Seattle.
Yes.
You know. And then we'll push everything else through, and there you go, Obama for the win.
Yeah.
Well, Friday's vote was the last act in a lengthy trade debate that began months ago, but was magically scheduled perfectly to coincide with the Confederate flag debate. Yes. An initial vote on the TAA earlier this month failed hugely after Democrats who support the assistance program voted it down anyway in an effort to extract more concessions over fast track, which they oppose. The bills were linked together as companion measures, of course. The maneuver failed after the White House and GOP leaders devised a new legislative gambit to get both bills to the president's desk by separating them. Fast Track was approved Thursday, leaving Democrats no choice but to vote for adjustment assistance or risk letting the entire program expire on September 30th. House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi of California told reporters Thursday that Democrats will continue to work for enhanced protection for American workers. The fight will continue. This phase is over, but the fight is not, she said, Look for more stupid, distracting things in the future. So there you go. Now, if that weren't enough, and that wasn't necessarily technically Obama news.
Yes.
This next story is. Yes, the health care law, quote, is here to stay, Obama says.
Yeah.
In Washington today, President Obama said the Supreme Court's decision Thursday upholding Obamacare should end the debate once and for all, declaring that the Affordable Care Act is here to stay. And so is the damned website. Well, Obama has said that before, at least 9 times, in fact, going back just 3 years to the 2012 election campaign. This time, Obama spoke 90 minutes after the Supreme Court decision upholding, for the second time, the signature law of his presidency. But he didn't seek validation from the majority opinion from Chief Justice John Roberts, holding that health insurance subsidies are legal even in states without state-run insurance exchanges. Instead, Obama argued that the law's most important affirmation comes from the 16 million more people in Mexico who have health insurance. Well, 5 years in, this is not about a law. This is not about the Affordable Care Act as a legislation or Obamacare as a political football, which has been kicked to death. No, this is health care in America, he said.
Yeah.
Yes, Obama spoke from the White House Rose Garden as Vice President Biden stood silently by his side. Of course, him still reeling from his nigger comments. Well, the defendant in the Supreme Court case of King v. Burwell, Health and Human Services Secretary Sylvia Burwell sat in the front row directly in front of him. With a nod to the place of the Affordable Care Act in history, Obama compared it to Social Security and Medicare. This generation of Americans chose to finish the job, he said. Although what job that is, we still don't know. Well, as he's done countless times before, he recited what he sees as the benefits of the law. Young people can stay on their parents' insurance until the age of 26. Yeah, go freeloaders. And people can't be denied for pre-existing conditions. Really? Oh, that's not what they told me. When I said I was, they asked if I had any pre-existing conditions.
Yes.
And I said, yeah, I was Canadian. and of course they said, well, F off. Get the hell out of here.
Yes.
Well, women must be charged the same rates as men. Well, wait a minute. What do you mean women must be charged the same rates as men? They make 70% less. That's not fair and just and equal. What the hell? Yes, has he done? Yeah, well, same rates as men. Come on, really?
Yeah.
And though he's tried to declare victory before, this time Obama did it with even more confidence. Yes, this is not an abstract thing anymore, he says. This is not a set of political talking points. It's reality, he said. Well, in a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court settled the question of whether subsidies to buy health insurance were available in all states or only those that had set up their own exchanges. If the partisan challenge to this law had succeeded, millions of Americans would have had thousands of dollars worth of tax credits taken from them, Obama said. Well, to which I would ask the question, sir, where's the money now? In the weeks leading up to the decision, Obama repeatedly projected confidence that the law would be upheld, and he deflected questions about his contingency plans if it didn't. Well, I'm not going to go into a long-term speculation anticipating disaster, he said at a news conference. That's not what I do. Instead, Obama said that he would turn his attention to improving the laws by urging GOP governors to put aside politics. Remember that Monsanto check you got, Governor? you remember the Halliburton contributions? How about that Christmas present from General Dynamics? That's right, kids. Monsanto. Yes. So he's, quote, urging those GOP governors to put aside the politics and accept the federal funding to expand Medicare coverage or else. So this was a good day for America, Obama said. Let's get back to work. Let's get back to work, you sap frickin' mother. All right, now, where is it here? I have to do something here right now, so just give me just a minute here. I've got... See, what I want to do now, Gilbert, is I'm actually getting ready to go into our final story today.
Yes.
And of course, that final story, I'm wanting to do with some theme music because it actually, I don't know, I think it'll actually work to benefit the overall delivery of the story. So I'm just trying to find here. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Yes. No, never mind. I don't frickin' have it. Yeah, and of course Sharon's sticking her finger up my ass again. All right, fine then, you little fuckers. I'm not going to do that. Well, coming off the endangered list, yes. A cougar? Yes. But it's coming off for a very bad reason, apparently. Oh, it's all dead. No, that's right. The eastern cougar no longer needs to be on that list of protected animals because it was killed off more than 70 years ago, says the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. The agency now proposes shifting the subspecies from the endangered list to the extinct list. Wow, we thought government was slow. These guys are 70 years backlogged. Well, the FWS, which consulted experts in 21 states and several eastern Canadian provinces as well and poured over more than 100 reports dating to 1900, says the proposal to change the cougar status will be available for public comment until August 17th. The last eastern cougar on record was killed in Maine back in 1938. And while there have definitely been cougars spotted in the east since then, the Fish and Wildlife Service determined that they were either Florida panthers or western cougars that escaped from zoos or wandered east like one that was shot in Kentucky last fall. A spokesman for the Center for Biological Diversity tells the AP that the extinction of the eastern cougar should be a somber moment to think about what the land under our feet used to be like and what roamed here. What happened between then and now? Well, the Fish and Wildlife Service explains that the bulk of the population is thought to have been killed off in the 19th century as immigrants cleared large forests and killed the animal out of fear as it would attack growing livestock populations. At the same time, the cougar's chief prey, a white-tailed deer, was largely wiped out, of course. The AP notes that some of the researchers believed that eastern cougars may not have been a distinct subspecies at all. And then there's this extinct bird, too, which recently sang to researchers, and I'm not going there because it's retarded. I don't know who... You know, Jenny, I'm assuming it was Jenny that did this.
Yes.
I don't know why all the Animal House today.
Yes.
But, there it is. So I guess if we're going to keep doing this stuff, then I'm going to demand a couple of kegs of beer a show. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Well, that is all the time we got for today, gang. I want to thank the one, the only Louis Lawless for being here. As always, he was a wonderful guest, and I enjoyed having him.
That was a mistake on my part.
Right. Right. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you also, Gilbert Gottfried, for being here and suffering through the animal stories.
Thank you for listening and support the show for the love of God.
I wouldn't go that far. I also want to thank Jenny in the booth for her button-pushing prowess, but certainly not her news-gathering skills. No. And I want to thank the folks in the Spreaker.com live chat room today. Of course, Sharon Chesley, Devlon Crawford, all the HTLA girls. Yes, and all the HTLA boys, too. The intern and Greg Howe and Bob Moore and Jim Jackson. And,
Yes.
and those 9 dead black people who now hear us eternally. There we go. So whatever you're going to do today, get out there and do it. Thanks for listening. We'll be around tomorrow, of course, for your big Friday Frappuccino extravaganza. 2-hour special show tomorrow, so don't forget to miss that one. And, yeah, let's hope that you guys out there in listener land, your Frisbee tournaments go off a little better than ours are. Have yourself a great day. Bye for now.
We're New York's best talk radio, HTLA Radio 1.